Om Svarupa Swaswa Bhava Namo Namaha. With great respect and with great love, I honor your own inherent divinity from my own. Again and again I bow. Tapping into your healing power is one of the most beneficial aspects of yogic sciences and yoga practices. While the Western approach to yoga has turned it into a performance art, which is very beautiful and can provide many of the benefits of exercise, the healing dimensions of the yogic practice get lost in that environment. To tap into your own healing power is one of the things that yoga practices excel at providing for you. The basic principle is everything you need to heal already lies within you. For consciousness, the whole of consciousness is intact, full, and complete within. Everything is there. But your access to this inner source is limited. This principle underlies the science of acupuncture. For the acupuncturists are working with herbs as well as needles to remove the blockages that are inhibiting your own power of healing. It underlies the science of Ayurveda that is about balancing the imbalances so your own healing power can take over. And these ancient medical practices come from yoga. Yoga and Ayurveda come from a common root, the Vedas, and Ayurveda is the root of Chinese medicine as well. Yoga says you can tap into your own healing power by removing the blockages that are creating the imbalances that create, first you don't feel well, eventually you really aren't well, and then you get worse so you can get a diagnosis, and now they don't know what to do for you. The healing power within is an energy force that radiates from your spine. So the yoga practices target your spine to unravel those deep tensions, opening up the smooth flow of energy from tail to top. The most powerful form of that energy is Kundalini, and some of the yogic systems also open up that energy. That is the energy of transformation and illumination. But even if you haven't gotten Kundalini awakening, targeting your spine to release the constrictions and open up the flow of energy within your body and within your system taps into your own healing power. This spinal decompression is the focus of the Svarupa yoga practice. That healing power within can heal anything. And this is proven in the many miracle cures that happen every day. Almost 20 years ago, the Institute of Noetic Sciences researched documented medical cures, miracle cures, documented by medical records back into the 15th century. And the more modern ones have stories where the patient went into the doctor one day, had modern imaging with CAT scans, MRIs showing massive problems, went home for the weekend and came back on Monday and everything was gone. So they no longer call these a misdiagnosis, they now call these medical cures. Can you create that? That means you have to step into a paradigm of possibility that you may not have been living in. I can tell you a story about that paradigm. I studied with Swami Muktananda, whom I and so many others affectionately call Baba. His guru was Bhagavan Nityananda. One day, one of Bhagavan Nityananda's devotees came to him and said, "My friend, My friend, his wife is very ill. He's a Brahmin priest, and his wife, she has tuberculosis. Can you give me a blessing for his wife? Now, Nityananda knew without being told that the wife of a Brahmin priest had devoted her life to absolute purity and service to God by serving her husband. And part of that purity and that service was to always eat a pure vegetarian diet. She had never had any meat of any kind, no fish, no eggs, all her life long. Yet, Bhagavan Nityananda, he said to his devotee, tell her to eat frog legs. Frog legs? Oh, Baba, I don't know. Nityananda said, tell her to eat frog legs. So the man went away, and he came back a few days later, and he said, Baba, she can't eat frog legs. She's the wife of a Brahmin priest. She can't eat frog legs. And so Nityananda said to him, let her die. Whoa. Fast forward another 20 years. My guru, Muktananda, he had his favorite Brahmin priest, whose name was Bhau-Shastri, that anytime there was some kind of special ceremony to be performed, Bhau-Shastri did that for us. Bhau-Shastri's wife was diagnosed with tuberculosis. So Bhau-Shastri came to Baba and he said, oh Baba, can you please give me a blessing for my wife? Baba knew this other story very well. Still, he also knew that the cure, who knows why, he knew that the cure was to eat frog legs. So he said very lovingly to Bhau-Shastri, have her eat frog legs. Bhau-Shastri kind of frowned, stopped breathing for a little bit and said, Baba, she's the wife of a Brahmin priest, but I'll ask her. So he went away, and he came back a few days later, and he bowed to Baba, and he said, my wife, she says, if you insist, she'll eat the frog legs. And Baba said, tell her just to sip the broth. And she was cured. This was before there were the drugs to cure tuberculosis. But he knew what to do. Was it really about the frog legs? Will the broth of frog legs cure tuberculosis? Or is it about shifting to a new paradigm and placing yourself in the flow of grace that happens when you open yourself up to the words of an illumined being and to the practices that dissolve your limitations, not only to tap into your healing power, but ultimately to set you free. Om Svarupa Swaswabhava Namo Namaha.